Hi, Brandon Artison, President of Champion Strategies, with our ongoing series on public speaking. Because you are in front of the room with our students, you're a new time supervisor, manager, you want to do public speaking in some form. So, we're here to give you some of that information. So, this is going to be a part series running for the whole week. We're saying what we said before, but saying it differently because we get emails from different people, and evidently they're looking at some of the content and they're missing some of the other ones. So let's look at some public speaking tips just for you. First thing is researching the topic. Researching is what you're going to talk about and is not one of the most exciting public speaking tips to begin with, but it's an important one to the people that are coming to view it. So, your presentation could be a disaster if you or your personality doesn't fall into the following categories. You ooze in self confidence and love being the center of attention. It doesn't matter what you speak about, you just relish the opportunity to be on stage. Even if you mess up, you wouldn't notice because you possess a hardened exterior called arrogance. You have developed and mastered your own presentation character role, so this allows you to think on your feet and you're seamless to move from one topic to another. You are an expert in everything. Now, let's look at just your field being an expert, and you can talk for hours because you're qualified and knowledgeable about it. All of these things I just described to you, if you're new to public speaking and you're given time, you can become one or all of those people that I mentioned above. In the meantime, research your subject until you have enough content to play with it. Be a subject matter expert. Another thing, keep your presentation relevant to your aim. Now, what is that? If you don't have an aim, then you will have to know what is relevant. So, there's a big bit of chicken and egg situation. The reality doesn't depend on whether you have been given a presentation with strict criteria. You're just looking at a way that you can follow an open ended title in which you're required to make a good decision for yourself. Now, if you have been given the criteria to follow as far as the content that they want you to speak about, keep reminding yourself of the meaning behind the criteria. Keep using this in every stage of the process because there's nothing worse than talking about something that is a million miles away from the title. It's also important to identify any marketing structure. The higher the marks allocated to the topic, the more likely you are to devote your time to these topics. If the title is open ended, pop music, that gives your presentation a direction, your aim, such as the number one thing that you want them to walk away with. You simply can't cover every fact in a short presentation. So give a statement of your aim at the beginning when possible. Then you can include a few groups and rules, asking questions at the end rather throughout the presentation. You may even give a statement of what you won't present because of certain limitations like time. Now, factors can influence a lot when we're talking about the topic. For example, temporal factors, such as the time you have to prepare, take into account getting that block of time structured daily so you can put some emphasis on this. the duration of the presentation, or your other obligations that might intrude on the project. How about situational factors? This can include the availability of resources like microphone, lectern, a layout of the room, the size of your audience. All of these things need to be taken into consideration when you're just thinking about what you want your subject matter to be. And also, don't leave out personal factors such as your subject knowledge, your confidence, your voice projection, nonverbal communications. You see, the more you know about these factors, the more that you can shape the precise study, explosion, takeaway, trying to find a way that you can understand what we're doing. I need to write something content wise that is going to get the audience involved. Something that they can take away from what I'm going to talk about. That's the key thing when we're structuring and looking at what we want to talk about to an audience. We'll get to the rest of it later, but there's a lot of factors that go into what your topic should be about. Now, if they're paying you as a subject matter expert to talk on a particular situation, now you're already there. But if you're just given the freedom of the entire rainbow, what am I going to talk about? Do I have enough time to research it? Exactly. These things are very key. We'll be back with the next part tomorrow if you understand that it all starts with you and what's inside your head of expression that you want to leave to the audience. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies, on our ongoing series for public speaking. And as always, in parting, you go out and make it a champion day.